I'm going to talk about Robert and his harassment. In the beginning, when I was in the house, and we chose and made a deal for me to stay in the house because of Sparky, because Sparky's pit bull, and he played on that and said I probably couldn't get an apartment or whatever with Sparky, that it put me in the home. And I didn't want anything to happen to her because I love her. Anyway, so it started with Sparky. And then it gradually got to where I had to do the yard. And when he'd come over, he'd fight with me. That's because they had that field on the house, and they'd have to drop it when somebody came over. He came over less and less and less. It was your house too, Robert, and you stood back. And I found that awfully weird with how fucking greedy you are. And so did the lawyer, thought that was very odd behavior, and when I went through all the evidence and the weird behavior, keeping all the tax information and all that stuff you did, you're going down. You're going down, and so Sean, Renee, and Suzette, and Willow, all of you are going down. And that's what makes me so happy. And now I can talk about it because we're on top of it. And I want you to know, and I want you all to squirm. The ones that Freak Show and her girlfriend behind 9438 North Portsmouth, squirm, bitches. And how about the guy that was across the street, Jameson, who actually came to my door and told me to shut my fucking dog up. It's her house. She can bark as much as she wants. Then I get down here, and this fucking freak across the street is chiming the same stuff. And someone's on my phone saying, I'm doing it for Sean. Wow, that's damning. That's very damning. My lawyers were real interested about that. You're not the only one listening to this house. Remember that. There's other people out there that you don't know about, and you haven't known about. You tagged my car. You had Sean put shit in the house when I was gone. He was over there quite a bit. His footprints were on our property. Why the hell does he come on our property unannounced? What gives him the right to go onto Lynn's property unannounced? We have pictures in both of our backyards with that guy in it. Then we have pictures of a tall, skinny guy dressed in black standing back there. We wondered who that was, too. She got a picture of that. Then all the screws out of the fence, all Leslie's things came up missing out of the garage. When I went in that garage, everything in that garage was gone. Where the hell did all that stuff go? I wonder. Where'd it go? I'd like to know. Was that all part of your plan? When I leave, you guys shuffle everything around? Then all the stuff of my dad and my grandpa's that was underneath the patio started disappearing. And I started putting up cameras because I wanted to see who was doing what. And it was in January 2015 that we really got serious about it, because sometimes you have to act like a thief to catch a thief. And that is what we did. We caught y'all. Y'all are caught. That's what I like, And, and the little thing in my house, I think it was January 2015, or was it February? I'd have to look back on my notes. I don't have them in front of me. And I said something pertaining to somebody, and my phone blew up. And then all of a sudden, somebody had me going out in the middle of the night and all this stuff. Harassment, pure harassment. And you know what we thought was funny? I was packing heat. And if you would have came up to me, somebody would have been severely hurt after all that. And that's not crazy. That's called protection. I had to protect myself. I asked the police for protection. That fell on deaf ears. There is too much evidence, way too much evidence. And it's all in chronological order. The pictures, the burnings, the everything. That beta radiation flickering across my backyard, and Lynn and I stood and looked at it. Are you fucking kidding me? You're talking to somebody who knows weapons and radiation, beta, alpha, gamma. I know that stuff. Irregardless of what Robert and Suzette say, I had a life outside of those people. And I had a life before I met you, Robert.